And if you look at it, it's the same date on each.
Okay. All right, is there anything else?
That's all we have.
All right, Mr. Daniels.
This one hits hard. We're in a Texas courtroom where Marlon Daniels, a military veteran, faces sentencing for a deadly drunk driving crash. He's not denying a thing. No excuses, no drama, just acceptance. Judge Boyd opens with empathy but keeps it real. No one ever plans to drive drunk, but it happens. Daniels has taken a plea deal, 18 years in prison, no right to appeal. Final. It's a case that blends remorse, service, and tragedy, and by the end, Judge Boyd's words remind everyone that good people can still make devastating choices.
Court is calling 2024 CR 009218 and 2024 009219. State versus Marlon Daniels. Can I have parties announced for the record?
Megan Galloway for the state.
And for the defense?
George Sharman on behalf of the defendant in these cases.
All right, and you're Mr. Daniels?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Mr. Daniels, the court, at the request of your attorney, had a PSI ordered. And Mr. Daniels, we're going to proceed with sentencing. And each of the cause numbers, you entered a plea of guilty, and the punishment is to be assessed at 18 years in the prison. Mr. Daniels, I've had a chance to learn more about your background from your attorney, your military service. And I will tell you, I know that no one, at least I have yet to have someone come before me and say, my intention was to get drunk and go out and hit somebody, or get drunk and drive drunk. Nobody ever intends to drive intoxicated or get to that point, but it happens. And that's why I always try to stress to everybody, please, please, if you're going to be drinking at all, even if you think it's just going to be one drink, it's better just to have a designated driver, right? Okay. And I do appreciate the fact that you entered a plea, that you accepted responsibility by pleading guilty, and that you have not wavered and try to blame something else for this. I do note that you said that you couldn't remember, but you know it's true, and I appreciate that. Sometimes people will say, well, I don't remember what happened, so I'm really not responsible. But you didn't do that. And the fact that you entered a plea, and in each of these cause numbers, you were looking at 20 years. And I always tell people, when people go to jury trial, even when I was a defense attorney or as a prosecutor, I sometimes would have to explain to families, you don't know what 12 people are going to do, right? When you go to jury trial, you don't know. 12 people could say, you know what? This person before me is a military veteran. This person before me hasn't been in trouble. Yes, they did this, but we're not going to give them 18 years. Who knows? A jury may decide to have given you 2 years or 3 or 4 or whatever. You just never know. So for you to accept responsibility, for you to take the 18 years.
18 years might sound harsh, but legally, it's the result of a plea deal. By pleading guilty, Daniels avoided a jury trial but gave up his right to appeal. That's the trade-off. Judge Boyd notes how unpredictable juries can be. They could have gone lighter or much tougher. Daniels didn't risk it. His acceptance shows remorse, not resistance. And when the judge says intention doesn't erase impact, she's making a point everyone needs to hear. One, I'm fine to drive moment can destroy everything.
Knowing that by taking these 18 years, there is no appeal because you waive your right to appeal. I think that says a lot, even though I know that the family is in a lot of pain, because when you lose someone and you lose someone this way, it's not expected. So the court is recognizing that you entered pleas of guilty to each cause number, that you accepted responsibility, and you took close to the maximum sentence. in each of the cause numbers. With that being said, and cause number 2024 CR 009218, the court will follow your plea bargain agreement as previously stated. When you entered your plea, the court is finding you guilty. The court will sentence you to 18 years in the prison. There's a $2,000 fine. The court will give you credit for any time served, and legally, you're entitled to any time that you have served on this case. This will run concurrent with 2024 CR 009219. I'll request the therapeutic community. The therapeutic community doesn't increase the time that you're in custody. It's merely designed to help you maintain your sobriety, address any type of mental health or substance abuse issues you may have, so that ultimately when you're released from prison, you will maintain your sobriety. And there's an affirmative finding of a deadly weapon.
May I address the court on the matter?
Just one moment.
Yes.
And cause number 2024 CR 009219. The court is finding you guilty. The court will sentence you to 18 years in the prison, give you credit for any time served. There's an affirmative finding of a deadly weapon. This will run concurrent with 2024 CR 009218.
Quick moment of courtroom precision. Daniel's lawyer corrects the record. No combat writ and only one misdemeanor, not two. It might sound small, but in sentencing, details like that matter. PSIs influence classification, prison programs, even parole. Judge Boyd listens, notes the correction, and moves on. Calm, fair, focused. What do you think? Should his military background have earned a lighter sentence? Let me know in the comments.
There's to be restitution of $60 to DPS for testing. And the court will recommend the therapeutic community. There's something you wish to say, counsel?
Yes, on the PSI, it said that he had the combat risen. He did not have combat treatment. So that was erroneous.
Okay.
Step number two, it shows there were two priors of misdemeanors. There was only one. And if you look at it, it's the same date on each.
Okay. All right. Is there anything else?
That's all we have.
All right, Mr. Daniels. Deputy Laura, if you'll give him his trial court certification.
Correct.
All right. Counsel? Counsel.
Yes.
All right, your client has been removed from the courtroom. Did you review the trial court certification of defendant's rights to appeal with him?
I did.
All right, on the record, the court informed the defendant that by entering the plea, he had waived his right to appeal, so he acknowledged that. I followed the plea bargain agreement. So because I followed his plea bargain agreement and because he's waived his right to appeal, he do not have the court's permission to appeal.
I went over that with him, Judge, so he understands.
All right, thank you. Is there anything else from either side?
Well, Judge, I don't know if Mr. Sherman wanted to bring this here to thing, but because the defendant is going to be in custody, I did see that he filed motions to remove the ignition and the lock. Your motions to.
Yes, she's already signed.
Okay,
Yes, I
yeah,
signed those,
no
yes.
objection to that.
All right, thank you.
Judge Boyd finalizes it. 18 years, $2,000 fine, $60 restitution, and a deadly weapon finding, meaning the car itself was treated as a weapon. Sentences run concurrently, and that's it. A soldier who once served his country now serves time for one night's mistake. Tragic but fair. If this case hit you like it did us, tap like, share, and subscribe for more real courtroom moments. Was justice served, or should mercy have played a bigger role?
Sure. All right, so here's the thing. You got to save the tears because we're here on a motion to revoke because the state is alleging that there are some actions that you did that were a violation of your conditions. Do you understand?
Today, we're in Judge Boyd's courtroom for State versus Joshua Jacob Cannon, a 20-year-old facing a motion to revoke probation for aggravated robbery. Cannon was given a second chance through deferred adjudication, but he's back, accused of violating probation by using marijuana. This isn't just another hearing. This is a life-altering crossroad. Judge Boyd wastes no time cutting through emotion. Save the tears. Harsh, but fair, because Cannon's decisions could land him life in prison. This case is about accountability versus addiction, second chances versus self-sabotage. Watch closely as Judge Boyd challenges him, not just legally, but morally, to decide whether he wants rehabilitation or incarceration.
All right, so are you all proceeding on the motion to revoke?
We had the recommendation that MRT, this is gonna go forward. Yes, that's the MRT and the ILB.
All right, the court is calling 2023 CR 2570B State versus Joshua Jacob Cannon. Can I have parties announced for the record?
Jason, your honor.
Mark Lift for fence, Judge.
And are you Joshua Jacob Cannon?
Sure.
All right, so here's the thing. You got to save the tears because we're here on a motion to revoke because the state is alleging that there are some actions that you did that were a violation of your conditions. Do you understand? All right. So are you the same Joshua Jacob Cannon who was placed on deferred adjudication in 2023 CR 2570B for the offense of aggravated robbery on June 12, 2023 for a period of 10 years? Is that you?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, state.
Yes, your honor, if we're proceeding with number two, that is the second to last number two.
Okay.
There's a violation of condition number two, on or about the 16th day of August 2024. Bear County says the defendant Joshua Jacob Cannon admitted there commits to the illegal use of controlled substance, namely marijuana, violation of condition number two.
How do you plead to that, true or not true?
True.
Waiver name violated.
Any
Okay.
objections?
No objections, Your Honor.
Did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number two, the court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, and sentence you to life in prison?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand if you have some sort of an agreement that you've worked out with the state, I don't have to follow that. Once you've pled true, I can sentence you to life in prison. Do you understand that?
I understand.
Knowing that you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number two?
Yes.
Court is finding violation of condition number two true. Is there a proposed agreement?
There is, your honor, it is denied a motion to adjudicate, continue the individual on the deferred. With the amendments to add MRT course and intensive outpatient treatment.
All right, is that the proposed agreement?
It is, Your Honor.
All right, let me ask you something. Do you want to go to prison?
No, ma'am.
Then why are you doing this?
When Judge Boyd asks, "Do you want to go to prison?" she's not being dramatic, she's being brutally honest. Judges see this pattern daily, young defendants saying they don't want prison while making choices that guarantee it. Cannon admits he's only attended 2 weeks of NA meetings despite being on probation for nearly a year. For the judge, that's a red flag. She's giving him a reality check that excuses won't outweigh effort. It's a tough love moment meant to spark reflection. And the question she's really asking isn't about prison. It's, do you actually want to change? What do you think? Is this tough love the wake-up call he needs, or is it too harsh for a 20-year-old?
I make bad decisions.
No, I mean, here's the thing. You have decisions that you have to make. And on the one hand, your decision is, do I want to do this? If I do this and I'm caught, I can look at life in prison. And then what ends up happening is your attorney has and this is where I've been a defense attorney before. This is where the attorneys are throwing themselves on the mercy of the court saying, please let this judge follow our agreement, even though I don't have to do it. So when you're making decisions and knowing you could go to prison and you're still choosing to do this nonsense.
I've been going to NA meetings. I've been going there for 2 weeks.
Mhm.
So I've been trying to
Well, but see, here's the thing. You've been on probation since 2023 and you only have two weeks. What have you been doing with your life? Do you have employment?
Yes,
What do you do?
I work for Hill Country Waste Solutions. I've worked 60 hours every week.
Mhm. But you find time to do this. So, I mean, I will tell you, and your attorney will tell you, and Mr. Garahan will tell you. How old are you?
20.
You're 20. Do you know how many 20-year-olds are at the prison? A lot. And if you don't want to get your life in order, you know what's going to end up happening? You're going to be at the prison. I will still remember you because I remember all the people who come through here. But you know what everybody's going to say? Oh, well. And this is what I can tell you about the government. The government may not have money to build state hospitals, but they will always find money for the prisons. And whether or not there's supposed to be 5 people in the cell or 2 people in the cell, they will put 5 people in that cell. They will put 6 people in that cell because they're not going to let you just be out here and say, oh, well, you know, it's overcrowded. So we don't have another jail. So we'll just let him be out here. That's not the way it works. And he can tell you that's not the way it works. And if you're drug tested today, are you going to be positive? You need to tell the truth and shame the devil. What are you going to be positive for?
This right here is where most defendants dig their own grave: honesty without action. Cannon admits to using marijuana while on probation. And yes, while marijuana might be legal in some states, it's absolutely forbidden under probation terms. Judge Boyd reminds him, no alcohol, no weed, not even in his own home. When you're on probation, your freedom comes with conditions. Break them, and you're signaling you'd rather sit behind bars than rebuild your life. The judge offers him 2 choices: take treatment seriously or go to prison for 5 years. It's as clear as it gets. Probation isn't punishment, it's a test.
Marijuana, yeah.
So here's the thing. I know people say marijuana is not a big thing, but when you're on probation, guess what? And your attorney will tell you this. You're not even allowed to drink alcohol in your house.
Yes, ma'am.
So you're not even allowed to smoke marijuana in your house. If you do, you know what that's telling me? You want to go to prison. So I'm going to give you a decision. And what I can tell you is, you know yourself better than your attorney does, better than I do, better than probation, better than the state does. So I want you to look deep inside yourself and discover and realize whether or not you can complete this probation or not, because you signed up for probation to be on probation for 10 years. So that's 2033. If you cannot complete this probation and you know you cannot complete this probation, just let us know. I will sentence you to 5 years in the prison. Otherwise, I will follow this agreement that you've reached. They're going to give you UAs and they're going to test for levels. If those levels go up, that signifies that you're using, and a motion to revoke is going to be filed, and we're going to be right back here. So those are your only 2 choices. I'll give you the MRT, the intensive outpatient treatment. I'm going to make you do NA meetings, and they're going to test for levels, or you can call it a day, and I'll send you to 5 years in the prison. Which do you prefer?
TR meetings.
Have you had a time to internalize that?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, because I will tell you, the state will tell you, I've sent 20-year-olds to prison before.
I just,
And Judge, I know he's very emotional right now, but when I've talked with him, he has conveyed he needs help. I mean, he has been self-medicating. He got in a real bad accident about 1.5 years ago, jacked up his hip, no excuse, but he needs help to figure out not doing that. I mean, he takes full responsibility, Judge.
All right, probation, I'll deny the and I'm sorry, probation, are you recommending this as well?
Yes, Judge.
All right, the court will deny the motion, alternate amending conditions to include the MRT, IOP, and I'm gonna want UAs, test him for levels. And he's gonna do sober support meetings. $30 in 30 days. and your levels should start going down. Do you understand? Is there anything else you need from the court to be successful?
Judge Austin, do you want me to wait?
How often are you, because it's marijuana in his system?
Every 2 weeks, Judge.
All right, so there's gonna be UA every 2 weeks until he presents with a negative UA. Is there anything else you need from the court to be successful? All right, we can go off the record. Here's the thing, everything that you do from here on out, I'm gonna help you with your decision making. If your actions could result in you being revoked and going to prison, you shouldn't do it. If your actions are like, maybe this is something I can get revoked for, maybe not, you shouldn't do it. Do you understand? Because otherwise, you're gonna be at the prison and either you are, well, first, a motion to revoke will be filed. Either you're gonna make bond or you're not. If you don't make bond, we'll bring you over dressed in orange. We'll hear it. And either you're gonna get revoked or not, and either you'll end up in prison or not. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, good luck to you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
By the end, Judge Boyd makes her ruling. She denies the motion to revoke, giving Cannon one last chance. He'll undergo MRT counseling, outpatient treatment, and biweekly drug tests until he tests clean. This is what justice looks like when it balances accountability with compassion. The judge sees potential in him, but also a warning: one more mistake and prison awaits. At 20 years old, Cannon's story could still go either way, redemption or ruin. If you found this case as gripping as we did, hit that like button, share your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe for more real courtroom breakdowns that show what justice looks like in real life.